Greetings, human life forms. I'm the Meister. Today I will be doing the New York Jets 2020 record prediction. I decided for this record prediction series, this is my second part by the way. I already did the Bills. I'll leave it for a link at the end of the video. I figured I would spin a wheel and do the teams randomly, and it just so happened to pick on the Jets. So, same division, but I'm not complaining, so we're gonna get into this. Um, so the Jets are a big question mark to me for a couple reasons. One, everyone thought the Jets were gonna make the playoffs last year, and I think they could have if Sam Darnold stayed healthy the entire season, which he did not, which I think causes them to miss out in the playoffs. Especially the Bills surprising everyone and making the playoffs as well. So that probably was the reason why they did get eliminated. But anyways, um, Jamal Adams most likely not gonna play with the Jets to start the season, so I'm gonna have no Jamal Adams as I do these predictions. I'm also gonna have no fans with these predictions because no fans allowed in New York State, at least for now. But the Jets running game, so they have Le'Veon Bell and Frank Gore. I consider Frank Gore in his stage of his career, with how he played with the Bills last year, as a fullback. That's what I honestly think of Frank Gore, because I thought he was that bad, or we just underutilized, or the Bills just didn't use Frank Gore as much, like as a full-time starter. Like we only used him like on third down ones or first and goals at the one. So I don't know. I don't know about Frank Gore. Le'Veon Bell. Again, I don't think the Jets used him as much as they'd like, but that's the running game. I'm still a bit iffy on the run game. I don't think that Sam Darnold has too many weapons, if any weapons at all, entering this season. Like no big names. I know Jason Crowder and a few other guys, and I think their defense will be okay, but nothing special. So we're gonna start off week 1 at the Bills, 1 o'clock game. I see the Bills beating the Jets by like 2-score game, like I mentioned in my predictions with the Bills. I think the Jets will struggle highly. I would say when I did with the Bills, I was saying how the fans are going to be a big reason for the loss, and it's a way too early prediction for a reason. I don't know. I still think fans should be allowed at games. But yeah, I'm still gonna have the Jets losing to the Bills by 10 points at least. So that's going to have the Jets start off the season 0-1. Now, the Jets do have a kind of really tough schedule to start this season. Now they're hosting the 49ers week 2, another 1 o'clock game. Again, I do not think the Jets stand a chance against the 49ers. They have a terrific defense, and they also have a great running game, the 49ers. The receiving core, I don't know. I still don't really know on that because they lost Emmanuel Sanders and all them. But I do see the Jets losing to the 49ers by, again, probably like another 2-score game or something. So the Jets are going to start off 0-2. So now week 3, you're at the Colts for a 4 or 5 o'clock game. This will be another loss for the Jets. I don't think that Philip Rivers has what it takes to take the Colts to the playoffs. Spoiler alert for the future. But even though I don't think they have potential to make the playoffs, it doesn't mean that they're all around a bad team. I do like Philip Rivers more than I do Sam Darnold, I guess, right now. I do think the overall 49ers have a lot better in offense than the Jets do. And defenses, I'd say about the same. So, and plus it's in Indy, so I have the Colts winning this one, and the Jets going 0-3. So now the Jets are going to be hosting the Broncos week 4. It's 8:20 p.m. It doesn't say if it's Thursday or Sunday. I'm going to go with a Sunday nighter. I don't know. Hosting the Broncos. It's prime time. So if there's fans, I'm just going to go with there is, because what is football without fans? Might as well just hold off to the season until fans are allowed. But I think this could be where the Jets get their first win of the season. They started off 0-3 with a rough start, and it's on primetime national television. Everyone will be watching. And this is the perfect game for the Jets to show that they still have potential. Sam Darnold still has potential. I would say if this game was in Denver that the Broncos would win all the way, but it is in New York, so I do have the Jets just beating out the Broncos and starting off the season 1-3. So now week 5, you're hosting the Cardinals for a 1 o'clock game. I think this will be another win for the New York Jets. It is another home game for them, and I think this is a very winnable game. The Cardinals, I think, will be amazing at home this year, but not so much on the road. It's weird saying that because, again, there's probably not going to be any fans at a lot of games this season. But I do think home field advantage, and the Cardinals have to fly all the way, basically across the country to play the Jets, which will be a huge advantage for them, and I see the Jets winning this one, going 2-3. Now, week 6, you're going to be at the Chargers for a 4-5 game. I think this will be a loss for the New York Jets, only for home field advantage. Again, the Jets are going to have to fly across the country to play the Chargers, which will play as a huge factor in this game. I'm going to guess that Tyrod Taylor is going to be the starter in week 6 for the Chargers. I do like Tyrod Taylor. He could be more accurate, but I do like how he plays, and everyone's riding high on this Chargers defense. I don't think that they have a lot of weapons or big names on defense, I should say, but I don't know. Everyone's talking big about the Chargers defense, and they do have a good wide receiving core. Keenan Allen, even though he's a running back, Austin Eckler. They did lose Melvin Gordon, but he wasn't that big of a difference. He had a really big down year, so I didn't think he would make that big of a difference. But I do see the Jets losing this one and going 2-4. So now week 7, you are going to be hosting the Bills, a 1 o'clock game. I think that this will be yet another loss for the Jets. It's kind of a tough one. I think this is a winnable game for the Jets, but benefit of the doubt, I think I still have to give the Jets the loss, only because the Bills are a lot better built team than the Jets. I think they are similar teams, but the Bills are a lot better built than the Jets are, and knowing the Jets fans, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna give the Jets the loss here, though. So they'll be 2-5. Now, week 8, you're gonna be at the Chiefs, 1 o'clock game. I don't think I have to explain this one much. It will be a loss for the Jets. Reigning Super Bowl champion Patrick Mahomes with his $500 million deal, which is completely ridiculous. I would never waste that much money on a single player when they have so many good players on that team. But I still think that the Jets will be annihilated against the Chiefs and go 2-6. Now, week 9, you're going to be hosting the Patriots on a Monday night primetime game. Or Thursday, I don't know, it's just primetime. Um, this is a tough one, I think. I think this will be a good game to watch, but I think the Jets will barely squeeze this one out against the Patriots. Even though they have Cam Newton and they have a buttload of talent on defense, not too much on offense these days. But I do see the Jets having an upset over the Patriots and going 3-6. Now week 10, you're going to be at Miami. It'll be an afternoon game. This will be a loss for the Jets. Dolphins, probably around this time, they'll probably have Tua Tagovailoa as the starter. They have weapons like Devontae Parker. They have a really solid defense from after free agency. They got a lot of young players and promising players in the draft. It's a very young team, but I do see the Dolphins beating the Jets. So the Jets will be going 3-7. Now coming out of the bye, week 12, they're going to be hosting the Dolphins on a 1 o'clock game. It's kind of weird how their schedule is built up along with the Dolphins. But this time around, I think the Jets will get the win over the Dolphins. Basically because of home field advantage. Mostly just traveling, because I still don't know about the fans. No one does, but I see the Jets beating the Dolphins, going 4-7. Week 13, you're going to be hosting the Raiders, 1 o'clock game. This will be a win for the Jets. The Raiders are a very complicated team to me. They have a lot of young talent, but players like they have Derek Carr, but then they picked up Marcus Mariota, which kind of confuses me. But regardless, the Raiders have to travel cross country to play the Jets. It'll be a win for the Jets, which will leave them at 4-7, I believe. So, oh wait, no, 5-7. I don't know. I'll leave the final record prediction in the description below, because I'm probably losing track at this point. But week 14 at the Seahawks, 4 or 5 o'clock game. This will be a loss for the Jets. Seahawks are a lot better team, and the Jets again have to travel cross country to play the Seahawks. And Seattle fans are absolutely insane, kind of like Bills fans. But I do think there'll be fans in Seattle. I haven't heard too much from Seattle since the whole COVID thing started. So I think the Jets will be annihilated and lose to the Seahawks. So I'm going to actually figure out what the record is right now, because I forgot. I think it's like 5-8 or something like that. But I'll be right back. Okay, they are 5-8 going to week 15 at the Rams. This game is to be decided about the date. I think all the dates should be to be decided at this point. But I do see the Jets losing to the Rams. They won't have to travel as far because Los Angeles, I guess, is kind of close to Seattle. So I do think this will be a win for the Rams. I still think Jared Goff is a really solid quarterback. Malcolm Brown, the running back, I believe they still have him, should be a big weapon for the Rams. They did lose some pieces. They lost one of their Woods wide receivers. I forgot which one, but don't have COVID. The defense, I don't know. Their defense is kind of messed up, I think, at this point. But I do think this will be a loss for the Jets, and they will be 5-9. Going back home to host the Cleveland Browns. Game is to be decided again. But I do think this will be a win for the Jets. They will be going 6-9. Browns are, again, another very confusing team to me. It all depends on their head coach. If Kevin Stefanski can coach this team, they will make a huge run to the playoffs. Potentially make a run to the playoffs. I don't know. There's a lot of big name teams out there in the AFC. But this will be a win for the Jets, as they will be 6-9. Going back to New England for another 1 o'clock game, Week 17. The final week of the season, it will be a loss for the Jets. Patriots at home field will probably absolutely destroy the Jets. So, not really much to talk about. Patriots have a great defense. They have Cam Newton. He's a good runner. Heck, they could probably lose to the Jets. Or they could probably beat the Jets twice. But regardless, I see the Jets losing to the Patriots, ending the season 6-10 with a kind of slightly disappointing season. The Jets are a big question mark for me. So, it could be the end of Sam Darnold and Adam Gase's careers if the season goes as I predict. So, I hope they don't get rid of Sam Darnold, but Adam Gase, they probably could get rid of. So, that is my prediction for the New York Jets. Again, they are going 6-10 in my predictions. Not much else to say. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. You guys can subscribe right here. I think I'm doing this correctly. The video for the Bills record prediction will be right here, the Bills record prediction, or down here, and there'll be a playlist also in one of those two, for just another random playlist, probably for like Madden 20 or something. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, and as I say, life forms out!